Our presenters, thank you very much indeed. Brilliant. Fantastic. So, we have one more thing before we come to a close and the wonderful cocktail. So, you may just want to orientate your chairs towards the front, because we've got one final session. And that is that we're very much looking at one of the issues that Bulgaria faces, but it's also an issue that many cities face, and that's around the issue of pollution coming from low-quality domestic heating. So we wanted to have a final session, which was a high-energy, creative session. So just a high-energy session to see whether in this room we can come up with some creative solutions to this issue of air pollution caused from low-quality domestic heating. So if you'd like to take a seat, please, that would be great. Lovely, fantastic. So to stimulate our thinking, I'm delighted that we're joined by an expert in the field of understanding the nature of this air pollution, who's going to offer us a few words to help introduce this particular topic. And then we are going to see whether we've got solutions and ideas in the room. So please, would you give a welcome to, he's the head of department at the Department of Environmental Engineering at the University of Chemical Technology and Metallurgy in Bulgaria. Please welcome to the platform Professor Nikolai Kozyrev.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as you understood, my name is Nikolai Kozyrev. For 42 years, I am teaching and working in the field of mathematical modeling and optimization. But last 25 years, my interest is focused to the air pollution, water pollution, simulation of computer dissipation, air monitoring, assessment, and control. The topic I have to explain actually needs much more time, but I'll try to be as short as possible. Should I work with this? Doesn't work, so. Yes, I can see here. So, I have been a member of a research team with students of mine, I'm proud with this, 2 times for Sofia. We developed 2 programs and 2 action plans for air quality control because Sofia had a big problem with the air quality. The first one covers the period 2011 2014, the second one, 2015-2020. During the first program and action plan, Sofia had 2 problematic pollutants, NO2 and PM10. After the program finished, we were happy to see that the problem with NO2 was solved after 2012. The problem with PM10 but remained as a problem for Sofia. Why? I think that the measures the Sofia municipality took in place influenced more the transport situation, the transport as a source of pollution. The metropolitan diameter 1 was finished and put in operation. Many streets and roads with intensive traffic were built or constructed or reconstructed and so on. Also, some crossroads, two-level crossroads, started to be constructed. I'm again proud that the first one is estimated as an ecological effect by my team again. This is the first two-level station, two-level crossroad in Sofia. Let me see. You saw what it was. This is the old situation. This is the new one. Unfortunately, as I told you, the problem with PM10 pollution, and now we started to speak about PM2.5, remained. Why? Because in Bulgaria, not only the transport makes pollution with PM, but the domestic heating more and more every year. This is because a lot of people decided to go back to this heating, being not able to pay the price for central heating and gasification. This is the annual concentration in the monitoring station in Sofia, stations written there, for 4 years. You see that the reduction from the first column to the last one is significant, but not enough. Nevertheless, I'm sure that we are going in the proper direction, and very soon the annual average concentration will meet the standard. The problem is the exceedances of the daily averaged concentration, which limit value is 50, you know. We have a lot of exceedances, as you see, in all the monitoring stations, 131, 100, 105, and so on. So in the second program, the measures were directed mainly to reduce this concentration, the daily averaged. Unfortunately, 150 days, we have heating. If many people use wood and coal, low quality, and some other unregulated materials, a lot of people burn everything. You cannot imagine everything, even clothes, to heat their houses. There is no choice for them. That's why we need to make measures, take measures to go back to central heating. Why? Because the central heating does not make the air dirty, because gas is used for this, and even coal, the purification equipment is available, and only one. What are the features of the, this is not interesting now. So, the first problem for Sofia, maybe you will be surprised. This is the AMS air monitoring station Copitut. You see the height, 300 meters, 1,300 meters. The Sofia field is with level 550 meters. So the difference is about 800 meters. And you see there, we have a very high annual average concentration, about 18 micrometers for cubic meter, 9 years, as you see. Where is this come from? We don't know now. It could be transboundary condition. It could be sources out of Sofia municipality. But we have this, and you have to do nothing. We can do nothing, I think. Just to establish where they come from, it doesn't help. Then, after that, the features of the Sofia field. You see, it is oriented in the way shown that it defines the wind rules, the prevailing winds. Then a lot of streets and boulevards in Sofia with intensive traffic are directed close to this direction, the prevailing winds. And then the pollutants do not disperse, they are collected in this direction or the other one. Let me try to show it. Yes, when the wind is from this sector, the high concentration will be at the opposite side and back. Vice versa, the opposite, this will happen. And this concentration is usually high. And this is 1 day or 2 days or 2 hours, but it exists. It's a problem again. Sofia is characterized with a high percentage of calm conditions. When calm conditions appear, this is the moving of the exhausted gases from a stack. I have simulated this by use of Phoenix package. Then the concentration is this. Accumulated. Later on, it could go down if the pressure is high. This is anticyclone. Or the particles fall down very close to the chimney, to the stack, sorry, and could be taken back by wind in the air, the secondary pollution. Finally, as I told you, with the transport, maybe, and we continue to do it, the second metropolitan diameter is in operation too. The third one is in construction. So the transport will not be a problem for Sofia very soon, in 1-2 years maybe, I hope strongly. But with the heating, the problem is still very serious, I would say severe. So, what are the features of the domestic heatings? You see, what happened, something? Yes. A little more. Okay. So the chimneys are very low. The velocity is very low. The temperature of the exhausted gases is very low. So the plume rise is very low. So everything emitted stays in the boundary layer. The concentration becomes higher and higher. If you add the temperature inversions, if you add the calm weather, you will understand why we have so big problem with the domestic heating. So maybe there are some measures here, but this is the work of the Sofia municipality. We can suggest something, they will decide. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor. So that is the challenge, the problem that you face, and it's not unique to Sofia. It's a big problem for many cities and many member states. So what we would like to do is to see in this Eco-Innovation Forum whether we've got some creativity of thought that could come to bear on this challenge, maybe some fresh thinking to deal with this problem. I'd like to put the challenge question up on the screen now. So, our challenge is, there is air pollution from low-quality domestic heating. That is the problem. What we'd like you to do is, around whatever table you're at, or if there are only 2 of you, you could join another table. We'd just like you to have 10 or 12 minutes conversation. This is a forum that discusses. We'd like you to discuss thoughts, ideas, possible solutions. And then what we would like you to do is to see whether you could highlight one solution that could be fed back into this forum. And what we're going to do in a moment is come round with one single sheet of paper with your solution written on it. So what we maybe don't want is the obvious. What we'd like to see is there something unusual, creative, something that another city, another space has done that is finding a solution to the problem, something that works. Our biggest challenge is that people don't choose to burn whatever on their fire because it's fun. There's an issue about people not being able to either afford fuel bills or not being able to afford to install new equipment. So that's our real challenge. Are there creative solutions in this room? We throw this challenge open to the 21st Eco-Innovation Forum. Turn in on your tables. Somebody at the table take control in a smiling way. And we're going to go round now with these sheets. So go round to they've gone round. So you've got 12 minutes to come out with don't come out with a total solution, come out with an interesting idea that will stimulate us. So off you go. Turn in on your tables, smile, work through the language barrier, and see what magic we can find in the room. Off you go. Okay, just under 5 minutes. Come up with something creative and exciting and practical. Okay, time is not our friend, so commit something to paper, one idea. I will use this. Okay. So I can feel cocktail hour coming. So I think I'm going to go where the energy is in the room. So what I'm going to do is invite a table that's got a great idea or a thought. In a moment to put a hand in the air, a microphone will come to you and just feed back, sell that idea back into the forum, okay? It'll need to be fairly short and concise to stop an angry mob developing. So, here we go. So can I just check, first of all, can I check how many tables have got a thought, an idea? Just put hands up if you've written something in the box. Yes. So I'll just check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, we've got some. Okay, so I'm going to go where the energy in the room, because transformation is about belief, energy, moving forwards. We can always sit back and wait for tomorrow, but transformation takes leadership, ideas, and action. And I believe it exists in this space today. So, who wants to come out with a first thought for the first solution? It will be checked by the professor, but who's got a thought or an idea? Hand in the air. Yes, okay. Over in that direction. Keep your hand until a microphone comes to you. Yes? Okay, so you might like to stand so we can all see you, because that's lovely. And then if you'd like to briefly, very briefly, offer a thought or a suggestion to this great challenge.
Yeah, very briefly. From the elements we were given, there is apparently a problem with burning other stuff than useful fuel. So Bulgaria has to, of course, deal diligently with its resources. And if this continues, they will have to pay huge fines in an infringement procedure by the European Commission. In order to avoid that, it would be better to spend the money earlier and to give subsidies to those who cannot afford participation in central heating, and make sure they stop burning tires, clothes, and not useful wood. So do the payment now, and that will then avoid the
Okay, so you can choose to spend your money on fines, or you can choose to invest it in solutions. Do you want to make just a brief comment on that?
Yes, is it ready? Yes. As far as understood you suggest subsidizing the heating, isn't it? Yes. This is very good. I think so. I offered very often, please, let us, all of us, working, give 100 or 200 level per year. Something happened with the microphone. Just to breathe clean air. Some people say, but this is not honestly. Okay, it is not honestly, but is it better to die honestly? It is quite stupid, I think so.
Okay, thank you very much. We like that solution. Just if you think that's an interesting, positive thought solution, go, yeah. If you think it's rubbish, go, ugh. Okay, what do we think of that solution? Oh, I tell you. Yes, there we are. Okay, so thank you very much. We work on that. We'll develop it tomorrow. So where else? Let's have something different. Yes, table 3. I'm relying on this side of the room. Yes, we're going to be there. Okay, so great.
Thank you. So I suggest. So the heating system, the domestic heating system, is a huge density of emission points, like traffic. So I suggest to put in the town a huge network of pollution absorber, so that for dilution you can decrease the pollutant concentration in the town, not only due to the heating domestic system, but due to the traffic, to anything.
And what is the pollution absorber? What does that, is that trees?
Any kind of technology can absorb pollution. I suggest one technology, but so there are
So where
many.
we have where we have a particular concentration, can we have some form of absorbers that absorb the pollution? Just a brief comment on that.
I don't believe the air is so large. There's so much quantity that it is not enough. Just in room you can do it, but not in the atmosphere.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So, about 10 years ago, I tried to disseminate this strategy to the scientific community, and they react like you react. But we have a boundary layer over our health. So outside, inside, the only things different is the volume. That's all.
Yes.
Okay, so this feels like it'll open up into the sort of scientific debate we can have at the cocktail. But interesting, an interesting thought. So I want to connect you over the cocktail. But thank you very much. Table 15 had one, yes. It's warming up. If your table is still seeking a solution,
may
you
I
still have
ask
time.
something? If somebody is Bulgarian, please ask the question in Bulgarian language.
Yeah.
I'm better in Bulgarian than in English.
And we have translation. So, yes.
Yes, so thank you. As wood firing is still like in the Middle Age, we need
Can
to...
you just come slightly closer? It's
Yes, thank you. As wood firing is still done like in the Middle Age, we have to optimize the combustion, and probably we need exhaust after treatment. This is still done for large combustion plants, middle-sized plants, but also for vehicles. So we have to change the combustion. And I learned at this table there are some ways, but this has to be optimized probably. But let me mention two further points. Of course, it is necessary to have more information to the user, so to avoid that clothes are burned or something. And we need some kind of certified wood, so that the wood which is used is in the same quality, and this could avoid emissions. Thank you.
okay.
So if you suppose to make optimization of the heating problem, the burning, the combustion, I agree, but it is possible only in industrial units. It is not possible at home, grandmother Penna, to control optimally her heating. So that's why I don't trust such thing. I trust to standards like, if you remember, in 2001 in Bulgaria started a standard no leaded gasoline. Do you remember this? Since 2001 in Bulgaria we have no problems with the lead. This is
Okay.
Then the painting the cars. Now you cannot find paint on the acetone base. Yeah, only
Okay, I'm
water.
going to allow you
Sorry.
just to come back with a thought which will then stimulate our cocktail discussion.
May I react just with two sentences? What you mentioned was that for the small ovens,
Domestic.
it's not possible. But look at the discussion we have in the 17th with car vehicles. It was the same. It was mentioned the Panda, the smallest car, is not able to get lower emissions, but it was. So it's the similar situation which we have 40 years ago or 50 years ago for the vehicles. And I'm sure it is possible to get better combustion.
Okay, I'm going to cut you short. So keep that, yes, a comment right at the end. Okay, I've got two more at the front here. I want to get as many in as possible. Table 7 and table 8. So you go to 7 first, and then you might want to creep round to table, in a moment, okay.
So first of all, thank you for this opportunity to give you suggestions just like from the Stegreif. Actually, we already solved all the problems and we are waiting for the next question. So we have a plan for the first year and then for the next 5 to 20 years. Our suggestion is first immediately to sponsor from the state chimney filters that are sponsored and bought by the government, and then the only requirement for the people is to be obligated to install this on the chimneys, So in 1 year, we already have clean air, so there is no pollution at all. And afterwards, we can make the district heating and also heat recovering from the industry and make it work. Thank you.
Actually, I will answer to your question in the same way like the man there.
Oh, please encourage me. It must be possible.
Sorry, I don't think everyone in small piece will clean this filter regularly.
They don't have to be done by the end user. It could be something that is monitored and done by the government, by the state, by the municipality.
This is quite a lot of money, I think.
What is it?
So
But
quite a lot of money you have to spend
Yes,
to buy
it's worth
so many filters, which are, as far as I know, about 2,000
Right.
euros just to buy the unit. Then to clean it every year, it was written.
Is there just interesting?
Better to give this money for something better, I think, for the central heating or gasification.
Just interesting. Is there an experience elsewhere where that approach is being
Yes,
taken?
cars.
Where?
Cars.
In cars.
Yeah, first you put a catalysator and then you like cut the emissions
Right.
and then you develop the technology and now you have
Okay.
less.
The emission of what? The catalysator does not affect PM.
No, I mean generally speaking.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I feel because that's also about absorption. Maybe the filter. So I feel a three-way conversation developing at high speed. I'm going to come.
Don't you think it is enough?
Yeah.
Thank you. I personally believe that using new technologies and installing filters on chimneys is for reducing emissions from residential heating.
Yep.
Is just like using genetical engineering to make horses faster in order to continue use these cars with horses.
This is just for the first 2 years.
Yeah, but we are already in the 21st century, and so we should act accordingly and use the fuels and energy sources of the 21st century. And wood, coal are not among them.
Okay, I'm going to take some other thoughts. I suspect you agree, but you're an immediate step. That actually introducing the change in the burning, all the rest of it, that takes time, education, politics, all the rest of it. This is started off, but good conversation. Okay, I'm going to take three more. Table number 12, towards the back there. Wave your hand in a vigorous sort of way. That's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to agree with this one, Professor, okay? This one is a dead certain winner. Make it work. Okay.
Hello.
Don't let me down.
I know that the professor will agree with me, actually. Air quality is a very simple problem. It all goes down to the price of clean energy versus the price of dirty energy.
Yeah.
So, what we need to do is to make sure that the price of clean energy, meaning electricity, district heating, and gas, is lower so that people can afford it. Nobody will burn wood and whatever stuff if they can afford to buy clean energy. Now, there is a very simple question. What makes clean energy expensive in Europe? And if we want to solve the problem, we need to address all the policies that are making clean energy expensive. Okay? Now, everybody knows what kind of policies are affecting the price of electricity in Europe. I will not continue from now on. This is my proposal. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a one-line answer to that one.
Yes, I agree with you. Just I have always been knowing that the cleaning equipment is sometimes much more expensive than the production equipment. Why? I cannot answer. I am not a specialist in this area. because maybe market, you know. When it is a market, everything could be logic or not logic.
Okay. I feel an extraordinary creativity in the answers, but we've all just been building up to the final thought coming from table 9, I think. Is that not too much pressure? Quick one, lovely. And will we be sad if we do not have 13 as well? Okay, I'm going to get 9 and 13. Go for it.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, our solution is based on 3 main areas. So basically, it's going to be about, first of all, introducing actually an air quality policy that is actually gradually. Okay. So from like short-term plan and long-term plan, that will be through using the available funding, actually from European Commission, towards four areas. So first thing, and the most important thing, it's subsidizing like the clean fuel actually. Secondly, it's behavioral changes, changing initiatives, and then implementing passive control systems, and finally promote renewable energy. And after we go through all these steps, we actually gradually, enforce the air quality plan, And that's actually what.
Fantastic, a comprehensive, integrated plan. I'm going to get 13 as well, just because I think we got that in the room, and then I'll come to a final comment from you.
All the discussion said that the problem is complex, very complex, is dispersed. Then there is 100,000 intervention that cost enormously. Then we need a breakthrough. And the breakthrough, what I said, I see that it was forecast for another town that have the same geographical condition, like Sofia, that is Santiago in Chile, is to create an artificial wind.
Sorry, we missed that.
Artificial wind.
Artificial wind.
Changing the dispersion of the system via the system like propeller in the mountain, big propeller that came.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cannot answer this question because I don't know the way to create such ventilators.
Could we thank you very much indeed for that intervention. That is the most creative solution. Can I just check, are you serious around that? You are, okay.
Normally, the less what happened seems the less serious. Normally, is the solution. Is the simplest also.
It was a problem to put propellers in the tunnels on the motorway in Bulgaria, Hemus. You speak about the Sofia field. I cannot understand this. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
You wait till you see this enormous fan. It'll be great. So there we are. There's just 8, 9 brilliant thoughts and solutions. What I'd like is for our hostesses, if you've got one of your solutions written down on a sheet of paper, could you wave it in the air and we'll just pick those up so we can pull them together. So if you could just hold them up in the air. We don't have any time for any more. So if you could collect them, physically go around and pick them up from people as they wave them. Okay, yeah, lovely. So microphones, no more. That's it. Yeah. Brilliant, and then just wave it in the air. So we will collect these. So, Professor, I think what it shows is we've got some really serious problems, but maybe we also have some creativity of solutions, policy ones, technology ones, big ones that are beyond our imagination at the moment. But maybe just offer us one word of encouragement, just as we go to the cocktail.
I'm sure, for me, according to my opinion, that now, not after 20 years, the solution of our problem could be only a political one.
Okay.
This is the most effective. It could be put in operation, in working immediately, and this will solve our problems. Otherwise, we will give a lot of money to the European Union. Do you think so? Instead to give them, let us give to the people to have better quality of the air.
Okay, well, thank you very much for both introducing this topic and for your thoughts, President. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for your attention and activity. Thank you very much.
We are at the end of our first day of the 21st Eco-Innovation Forum. We hope you found something to stimulate you, to give you new ideas, a new connection. We now have the joy of a cocktail downstairs for you to relax. Do look at all the exhibitions, the exhibitors. Do follow up on some of the ideas here. Tomorrow morning, get here for 9 o'clock. For 9:15, we're looking at issues around agriculture, also transportation and other solutions. But for now, thank you all very much indeed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.